try to do it in the handwriting way. How to get published in an academic journal? My own experience. Okay, if you want to get published in an academic journal, what you are going to do? First, number one, in mind, we have to write a good and new and novel research paper, right? That is your number one priority. Number two, you have to select a matching peer review publication. You may use tools like Elsevier or Taylor and Francis format to your exact order guidelines. And then you need to submit to their portal. All right? And then constructively, I repeat, because you might be rejected, you might get rejected by the editors, the editor-in-chief, the editorial boards of the journal you aim for, right? So constructively, professionally, respond to their comments. Follow their comments. Constructively, professionally, keep your emotions away. Don't feel angry, don't feel bad, don't feel discouraged, or whatever that keep you down. Okay? Straight up, keep your shoulders high. Okay? Head up. Look up, don't look down. That's it. Alright? So try to do that. And then you have to follow through. Revise until being satisfied with your revision. Then you will get published. You will get good positive response from that. Alright, okay. Remember, publishing a research paper in an international journal requires what? You must have a clear manuscript. A clear manuscript. Using or following what we call IM, R, small a, and capital E. You can pronounce Imrat or IMRAT, okay? Imrat structure, selecting a credible, and index target journal. Writing a professional cover letter. You might need a cover letter. All right, to the editor of the journal. It's a kind of, professional practice. Cover and again, you have to navigate the peer review and revision process. You have to follow through. You have to think it through. Okay? Think it through. Until you get the results. What do I mean by IMRAD? What is I? Tell me, what is I? You know that? Wonderful. And then methods or methodology. All right, I'll accept both. Method or methodology. And then R, results. Okay, results, not result. Because you are going to get some results. And D, what is D? Discussion, yes, discussion, wonderful, excellent, discussion. You have to follow that format, okay? IMRAT or IMRAT, not I amหนูนะไม่ใช่ฉันเป็นหนูนะ okay. Okay. How you are going to choose your journal? You have to think about the right journal, not the left journal. All right? You have to go right, not go left. All right. You may shortlist. You have many journals. On the list, maybe 100. But you have to shortlist 3 to 5 journals that really match your papers, specific field and scope. All right? Shortlist. Number 2 or next, verify. Verify that the journal is indexed in recognized databases like Scopus or Web of Science. Check whether the journal is open access, which may charge other fees you might have to pay. In Thailand now, everybody pays for the publication. In my time before you, let's say 30 years before you, they had to invite me. Invite me to write the article, the paper of that journal, and they paid me. They paid for my paper, oh my God. Not the other way around. Now it's upside down, opposite for me or whatever. Just the opposite of the way I did. My God, I remember about 5 years ago, I went to Shanghai. Shanghai, the White Emerald Buddha Temple. There was a big conference, international conference. And I wrote a paper about Buddhism in the Silk Road or something like that, okay? It's about China, Chinese Mahayana Buddhism. Then I presented a paper in the conference. After the presentation, I got paid. I got paid for my presentation. 3,000 yuan. Think about that. How much in Taiwan? 3,000 yuan. I got it, but I spent it all in China anyway. I didn't send it back to Thailand. I paid back to China. Okay, you gave me 3,000 yuan. I gave you back 3,000 yuan and more from my pocket. So China is always getting the benefit. Okay, I always lose in other land. Okay. That's okay because I'm ready for it. Then you have to check whether your journal. Okay, that's fine. Let's go. Next, you have to analyze your references. Look at the bibliography of your own paper to see which journals frequently publish work in your specific niche or field or your study. Okay, your field of study, specific niche. Use unmatching, not unmatching tools like, okay, I mentioned before. But the point that I would like to mention and stress here is what we call predatory journal. Predatory journal. You got it? You understand it? Okay. Venerable? Predatory, you know the word? Predatory journal. Dangerous journal, okay? They publish your paper just for money. Okay, just for money, you pay. Okay, you get paid. Or you get published. Predatory journals. Be aware of that. Be careful of predatory journal. I'm also happy that Professor Amon Chi mentioned about predatory journals in your presentation. That is the same point that I would like to stress or to mention again here. So think about this. If you get published in a predatory journal, your application may be rejected by MCU, by your university, by your organization, and you just lose the money for nothing. All right? You are not going to get money from your publication. You are going to pay for publishing, not the other way around. This is the world of what we call dog eats dogs. Okay, marking ma is the world of marking ma. Okay. We have a saying in the English tradition, Professor Patumbo knows very well about this. Publish or perish. Publish or perish. You know perish? Die. If you don't publish, you are going to die. You are not going to get promotion. You are not going to get more salary. Okay? You may be at the same place, okay, with the same salary, no promotion, no advancement in your career. That's a problem. So remember, publish or perish. If you don't get published, you are going to perish, die out, die away, fade away. All right? So you need to, okay, I will give you some advice for the preparation of your manuscript. How are you going to prepare your manuscript? Manuscript is the draft of your paper, okay? The draft of your article. So you can prepare your manuscript by following the following steps. Number one, develop a clear story, a clear content, a clear substance. You need to structure your paper logically. Remember the word logically, not chronologically. First, logically. You have to think logical, okay? You have to be logical in your ways of thinking. From A to B, from B to C, blah, 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 blah. Okay? And then you need to perform a rigorous literature review. People talk a lot about literature review, my God. You have to do it critically, not just descriptively. All right? So your critical thinking is very important. Your critical analysis of things should be there in your mind, in your brain, in your mental framework. Okay? Rigorous literature review. You have to cite up to date and relevant resources or sources in your field or from your field. Follow guidelines meticulously. I love this word, Professor Ramanji. Meticulously. In India, we use this word quite a lot when I was there. I love the word meticulous. Meticulously. All right? Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, remember that. Check words counts. How many words are there in my paper? Maybe how many lines? How many paragraphs? How many pages? Okay? Follow guidelines meticulously. Check words counts, structural requirements, and referencing styles. Oh, talking about referencing styles. I was just discussing with Professor Toko about the referencing style. In Thailand, I think 80% we follow ADS style. ADS style. American Psychological Association Manual of Referencing Manual. All right? So MCU also. Canada MCU follow ADA. Right? Okay, good. Thank you for that. So you need to strictly follow the ABS style in your referencing system. That will help you to get published easier. That's it. Now follow the standard. What we call standard IMRAD format. Don't forget it. Remember, IMRAD format. Always. All right. That is international. That is the step. That is a very important element or ingredient for your paper. Introduction. Also, Dr. mentioned a lot about introduction. How are you going to write your introduction? Don't forget abstract, because Professor Dr. mentioned abstract first. I remember that. So, but let me ask you, my God, my audience. When are you going to write your abstract? When are you going to write the abstract of your paper? First or later? Later. Correct answer. Very accurate. You need to write the abstract after you finish the paper. Review, reread, try to understand and summarize everything into the abstract. Some people write the abstract first. That's not practical. That's not realistic. And it's chronological. You don't need to follow chronology like that. Okay? So abstract last. Abstract last. So I need to be a superstar a little bit, sorry. Okay, thank you. We have professional photographer, so I have to act professional. Thank you. Okay. Methods. Oh, sorry. Introduction. What are you going to say in your introduction? What are you going to write in your introduction? You have to state your problem. Not your problem, sorry. Research problem, which is also your problem anyway. State the research problem. The gap, not the gap, the food gap here, not the food. Okay, remember the research gap. Okay, remember that. Not the gap here. Not the gap, taxi gap or food gap, no. Research gap and your objectives. Don't forget your objectives. Problem, gap, objectives. Okay, in your introduction. Your methods. What are you going to say in your method? You have to describe how you conducted the study of your research, okay? In replicable detail. Replicable, like, scientific experiment. It can be replicated. It can be repeated with the same result. If you get the same result, okay? That's wonderful. That's accurate. That's the correct way. Then results. Present objectives. In your result, you're going to present the objective data without interpretation. Remember. Then in your discussion, you have to interpret findings. You have to state implications. What are the implications of my research studies? Okay? On a wider scale. And then you have to have some notes about your limitations. You have some limitations. Nothing in this world is perfect. You are not perfect. I am not perfect. No one is perfect. So you need to accept some limitations in your study, your research study. All right. Now, come to the part that I mentioned that you have to write it last or later. That is your abstract. Your abstract. This is what I mentioned, okay? You have to write a concise. Remember the word concise. Precise, concise, clear, short, abstract. And you have to write it last. Okay, thank you. 1 minute. Okay, this is the last point I'm going to mention. You have to highlight it. You have to highlight your main result. Highlight your main results and conclusion. Finally, because you are not the native speakers of English, you need to check your grammar carefully and ensure similarity or what we call plagiarism. Plagiarism score is low. Don't let it go beyond 10%. For some journals, maybe 20%. Maximum, what I have seen, maximum is 25%. Not more than 25%. More than 25% will be considered plagiarized or plagiarism. Okay? Think about the term plagiarism. In the academic community, plagiarism is considered a crime, an academic crime, okay? Punishable by your profession, by your organization. You might be demoted or get kicked off or whatever, So people will not respect you. You will lose